At rep 50, I began questioning whether I could finish. 80, the pain was still there, but somehow it had stopped controlling me. This became much more than a biceps challenge. Arms have always been one of my favorite body parts to train, and I suspect I'm not alone in that. This was already the end of my normal biceps and triceps session. I was tired, the workout was complete, but I suddenly decided to challenge myself. 100 alternating dumbbell curls, 10 kilograms in each hand, and once I started, I would not rack the dumbbells. First few repetitions felt comfortable, perhaps even deceptively easy. My breathing was settled, the dumbbells moved smoothly. The 100 still felt like an ordinary number. That is often how a challenge begins. Life does not always announce the difficult part at the beginning. Sometimes it allows us to start confidently before revealing what the journey will actually demand. I wanted every repetition to count, not simply moving the weight from the bottom to the top, but keeping the curl controlled and staying conscious of my position. Alternating curls, the forearm turns as the dumbbell rises. I briefly tried changing the movement, hoping a hammer curl might reduce the discomfort. It made very little difference, so I returned to the normal curl. The aim was not merely to survive 100 movements. The aim was to remain accountable for each one. Somewhere through the 30s, the challenge changed. The bicep began to burn. The dumbbells no longer felt like the same 10 kilograms I had picked up at the start. Nothing outside me had changed. The weight was the same, the exercise was the same, but fatigue had changed my experience of it. Life can feel like that too. The responsibility may be unchanged, yet after carrying it for long enough, it begins to feel much heavier. By the 40s, my attention shifted. I was no longer asking, how quickly can I complete this? I was asking, how can I continue without becoming careless? So I slowed down. I reduced the resistance slightly on the lowering phase while still keeping the dumbbell under control. And between alternating arms, I allowed myself the smallest moment of recovery. This was not surrendering the challenge though. It was about respecting the body enough to continue safely. The sweat was building, my glasses began slipping. I adjusted them and carried on. It may seem like an insignificant detail, but these are the small unplanned interruptions that make a challenge real. Very little in life happens under perfect conditions. We are distracted, we become tired, something slips, something interrupts the rhythm. The answer is not always to begin again. Sometimes we simply make the adjustment and continue from where we are. At approximately 50 repetitions, I reached the real beginning of the challenge. The first 50 had tested the muscle. The next 50 would test my mind. I started bringing the dumbbells slightly forward towards the front of my thighs. It gave me form of self-spotting and a fraction of support before the next repetition. I could have judged myself for needing it. Instead, I accepted what the moment required. Around the mid-50s, I needed something more. I bent forward and allowed the dumbbell to rest momentarily against my lower thigh. I did not rack it, I did not put it down, I did not let it go. I simply paused long enough to regain control and then continued. That brief pause became the most meaningful part of this challenge for me. Because surrender to the divine does not always mean that the weight is removed. Sometimes the weight remains, the problem remains, the uncertainty remains, but through faith we receive just enough calm, just enough energy, and just enough courage for the next movement. A pause is not always defeat. Sometimes it is the moment in which we reconnect, recharge, and remember that we were never carrying anything alone. The way I reduced the challenge in my mind was to stop thinking about 100 because 100 felt too far away. Just reach the next ton, then the next ton. One repetition, one breath, one small aim at a time. And almost without noticing it, 70 had arrived. This is how many of life's largest hurdles are crossed, not through one heroic leap, but through a series of small, faithful steps. By 80, the burn, the pain, and the pump were immense. But something had changed. The discomfort had not disappeared, yet I was no longer experiencing it in the same way. I knew I could finish. Once the mind accepted the destination, the pain stopped dominating my thought. That is another gift of faith. The problem may still be present, but it no longer needs to occupy the whole mind. By now, I could see the light at the end of the tunnel, though my arms were burning, but strangely, my mind felt calm. I wasn't thinking about the pain anymore. It was just about one more rep, then one more. I even miscounted during that, and in my tired mind, 97 had already become 100. But that didn't really matter, because life isn't about getting every count perfect, but it's about giving up when things become difficult. And that's what faith does, gives me the strength to keep going. Radhe Radhe.